that's who you are. You better know who you are, yeah, because like it's like people saying, who are you? And they tell you what they used to do. Nah, I'm good. I know who I am. That's a good day. Yes, we have some time on this. Okay. Is it 6 o'clock? Is this one?
Yes, it's
Oh, okay. Well, we're just having everybody see me. Oh, Mike.
He stepped out there for a second.
Okay. As soon as he finds his way back up here, we'll open the meeting. What's that? I don't think he heard the car.
No, he didn't hear
that. So you have to do like the kid. Like everybody killed it for
me, 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 me.
Yeah. John rolled his feet. Ms. Marquita cleared up voice. I was just trying to add to the song. The meeting is now officially called to order. We will have an invocation. Dear Father in heaven, we just thank you. We thank you for the opportunity to come together to take care of the business of the city. We thank you for all of those who have turned aside. We ask that you give us wisdom, give us knowledge, and most of all, give us an understanding. And Lord, we thank you for all that you've done and all the activities, and how you've just kept our city so safe. We just give you the praise and the glory in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, I feel like we've already started the meeting. We're so glad that all of you are here. We know that everybody has so many things that they have to take time out to come, so it's a blessing that you're here. We have had a lot of activities. I know we can't congratulate everybody because I don't have the list, so I don't want to get started. But we've been having some fun things in Crockett. We're getting out. You look on Facebook, they say, "Ooh, it's the place where you want to be." And so we just congratulate all our community members that are keeping all these activities done. And we've had new businesses that are opening, and we congratulate all of them. And we just thank you for all of the support. And this is everybody's used the term, it's a place that you can call home. So thank you so much. At this time, we ask that the council has any comments that they'd like to share.
I would like to mention one or two things. It was brought to my attention by some of the residents around that they would like to see some of the old signs that we have lit back up to make the town look alive, you know, whether or not the business is intact or not, you know. Let's try to get like the old Ritz Theater sign. If we could get some power to that and get it going, and maybe a few others around town, you know, if we've got some neon signs or whatever.
Or maybe make some.
Yeah, or maybe make some.
Duplicate some old
We got a
things.
good sign lady around here, I can tell you that.
Yeah, that's great.
And man.
All right, we like that.
But, you know, that, and I think we need to take a look at some of the people that could be in violation with their signs, and maybe need to clean up the front of their buildings and what have you. There's a lot of, I don't know, it looks like to me, you drive down 4th Street in different places, and some of the signs are like this and that, and it's in the right of way of the city services and things like that. So I think that we need to address that. Just take a look and see, you know, kind of what we need to do. Either, you know, set some things back to line things up, and, you know, just kind of clean it up and tighten up our city a little bit, you know.
Thank you.
I'm lit, and I'm not in violation.
You lit? We like that. All right, you light it up. Tighten it up, huh?
I'm just playing.
We appreciate you. Does you have any other comments? Or?
No, it's a good idea.
I think it is. Appreciate it. And so with that, we're now up to item number 1, regular session, approval of minutes for September 19, 2022. You have a copy.
I'll make a motion, we approve the minutes.
Okay, we have a
I
motion.
second.
It's been moved and second. All in favor? Motion carries. Item number 2, Police Department manpower and criminal incident report for September 2022.
Good
You're
evening,
on.
Mayor.
You lit
Council,
up.
City Administrator. It's the Police Department Manpower Activity Report for September 2020. Have a total of 14 officers, worked 2,314 hours, responded to 489 calls for service, investigated 10 traffic accidents, made 72 arrests, issued 210 traffic citations, completed 85 reports, responded to 25 alarm calls. 20 of those were false alarm, 5 of those were not. Below you'll see a breakdown of our criminal incident report, and I'll entertain any questions you may have.
Are we up or down on like theft and the petty
On
stuff?
theft, pretty much the same on theft. Walmart keeps us in business on theft. They, like I've said in the past, they have a loss prevention team there, and they, I'd say probably 4 to 5 a week at a minimum we get from them. As far as residential, vehicle, knock on wood,
That's good.
we've been doing pretty well on those.
A lot of assault.
I'm sorry.
Assault?
Assault.
Assault.
This last
Assault.
month, we had an increase in assaults, mainly large gatherings that ended in assaults and things like that. We had a few family violence cases. None of those were major cases. Most of them were misdemeanor assaults.
So on the false alarms, is it electrical or
I'm sorry.
the number of false alarms?
lot of
Is it
that-
still at
A
electrical?
lot of times,
Anything?
typically, it's usually weather related, but we haven't had any weather, inclement weather to do that. So it can be, a lot of that comes from, sensitive alarm sensors. Dogs, cats, birds fly by, fly into the window, stuff like that. And that's where a lot of the false alarms come in.
Okay. Any other question for the chief?
Good
Well,
job.
I know that as time goes on, you know, if fuel prices reach where they're saying they're gonna reach and things like that, I know that you're on top of it, and it could get out of hand real fast, you know.
We've been pretty lucky on things like that for the most part. Most of the stores keep a pretty close eye on that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Good job. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
All right, that brings us to item number 3, Fire Department Monthly Activity and Status Report for September 2020.
Mayor, Council.
Good evening.
For the month of September, we had a total of 34 calls, 22 of those being in the city and 12 in our county response area. For the most part, it was a relatively slow month, so nobody's having bad luck, so if we're not called out, somebody's having a good day, so we'll go with that. The reports were broken down further in front of you. If you got any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer.
We were blessed not to have any major fires. We know surrounding places have had some, so that was,
Since I put the burn ban in, everybody can pretty much, we had a couple minor violations, but as people coming from bigger cities coming down here, they're like, we're in the country. I'm like, no, you're still in the city limits.
well, that's good. Any other comments from the council?
Good job.
That was easy, Chief. Thank you.
Thank you.
Item number 4, excuse me. We have a public hearing on request for a specific use permit from Robin OGG of FG Metalworks to allow a District C3 horizontal mixed commercial and residential use of the building located at 202 East Goliad, Crockett, Texas, 75835, and identified as a partial 464 by the Houston County Appraiser District Legal description being Lot 90, Block 26 of the City of Crockett out of the A.E. Gossett Hedrich Survey, abstract number 423, Houston County, Texas. This is the public hearing. The public hearing is now officially open. At this time, the public is allowed to make comments, have conversation, statements. It's not. Oh, if you just would like to say something about it.
All right, my name's Robin Hogg, and I'm the owner at 202 East Goliad, and we brought our business into town last year. This Wednesday, the 20th, will be 1 year that we've been in Crockett from South Houston. And the main reason that we chose Crockett is because of the option for residential and commercial, that we could bring our small business and live and have our business in the same, under the same roof. It allowed us to do that. For this past year that we've been here, we feel like we love the city. We really hope that everyone takes this into consideration as something that we believe has really helped the economy here in the last few months. We've seen a big influx of traffic on the weekends, a lot more shoppers, a lot more new influx of folks. We hope they're spending money and helping the city out. So it's been awesome.
We really appreciate it. Only
you.
problem we have, we've got to stop people from stopping and looking in your business in the middle of the street. It is something always so fascinating going on. You're like, beep, beep, you got to move. So that is exciting. It gives so much life to that area again, and we really appreciate that.
Great.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all coming.
I tell my friend I haven't joined the women's biker group yet, but I had signed up. I did look it up.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Any comments?
Just thank y'all.
Thank you.
Do you give any?
I can hear the next agenda item. I'll go ahead and update council. This was taken to a public hearing for planning and zoning. All 5 planning and zoning board members voted in approval of this. They did request or recommend that the approval of the permit would be limited to the OGs, their business and their operations, and not be attached to the property. So the specific use permit would be with the exception that if they sell, that would not be permitted to the property, the specific use.
Oh, okay.
Is that something that a potential buyer could then come in and
Sure.
request the same process?
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's great.
they would have to re-request. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions?
And then there was no other property owners that spoke up
Okay, good.
against or even in favor that were within the 300 feet perimeter of the property in question.
Okay, so, any other? Okay, well, the hearing is officially closed. And now that brings us to item number 5. One more time. Consider and approve request for specific use permit from Robin Ogg of FG Metal Works to allow District C3 horizontal mixed commercial and residential use of the building located at 202 East Goliad, Crockett, Texas 75835, and identified as partial 464 by the Houston County Appraisal District. Legal description being Lot 90, Block 26 of the City of Crockett out of the A.E. Gossett and Hedrich Survey, abstract number 423, Houston County, Texas. Council, what is your pleasure?
I make a motion that I recommend we approve this specific use permit with the conditions that the permit is only effective as long as there's no change in 1, property ownership, and 2, the nature or operations of commercial business as described in the application for the permit.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and second. All in favor? Motion carried. So move on in. Thank you. Item number 6. Consider and approve a resolution and agreement with the Texas Department of Transportation for the temporary closure of the state right-of-way for Christmas lighting of downtown Crockett.
I make a motion we approve.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and second. All in favor? Motion carries. That's another new event.
This is also a public event for anyone that's interested in coming. This will be the first annual Christmas lighting of downtown Crockett.
Yes.
It was lit up last year. That's when the first year that they, but they didn't make a real event.
They didn't have an event. Now they
Turning on
go.
the lights. So the Ministerial Alliance of Crockett and the Downtown Crockett Association are getting together, and they're closing off a portion of the square.
Is the county gonna help out again with that this year, John?
I don't know.
I know last year they like took the
They
whole
may-
bill,
Yes.
basically, other than our power, you know.
A lot of that is now owned. It's
Yeah.
the supplies and the lighting and everything is now with each business. So
Yeah.
I don't know what the cost.
When's
is.
Greg gonna get started, do you think? I don't remember when he done it. I know it was just in November, early November, I think.
Probably getting started pretty soon to get it done by. So the lighting will be the November the 16th at 6 p.m.
For the Christmas in Crockett.
The Wednesday before the Thursday, which
Mhm.
Christmas in Crockett is also that Wednesday before.
Yeah.
The day before will be the lighting event.
That's great. I think like I said, we have so many new additions, but it gives an opportunity to come together, fellowship, and enjoy each event individually and separately, and then collectively. Okay, that one is passed. No question. You didn't even have to give the explanation. Okay. Item number 7. Consider and approve a resolution of support of the City of Crockett, City Council of the City of Crockett, Texas, authorizing submission of application for the Texas Department of Housing, Community Affairs for the Texas Home Investment Partnership Program, and authorizing the mayor of the city of or city administrator to act as the city's chief executive officers and authorize representatives in all matters pertaining to the city participation in the program.
Mayor and council, this is a long program. As you know, our last home program was started in 2017 and 2018, and we started building the homes in 2019 and 2020. We actually built 2 more at the end of 2020 and finished them up in 21. So it's a good 4 to 5 year process from beginning to end. However, this is the first step as council, and as the resolution that's attached to this is that we're setting aside funds to cover any necessary matches. They've asked us initially to set aside funds for $40,000 to cover our in-kind matches. A lot of that can be in-kind matches, permits, waiving permits, fees, taps for water and sewer and things of the like. So by the time it's done, we'll be able to write off a lot of those costs and not commit the $40,000 towards it. But the last program they approved was for 10 houses, and so we need to apply and see what allotment we're allowed this next cycle. But it's a long process, and finding qualified candidates. The candidates they need to be property owners. They can't be renters or living in a home that's owned by the family. They have to be living in their own home.
Clear titles.
With a clear title, no liens, bad debt. Living in a home with a clear title, and be willing that after the home is built, that they assume all property taxes and all expenses related to the home. They just did not have to build that home. The program will come in if they're living in a dilapidated home with unsanitary or unsafe conditions. The program will come in, remove the old home, and build them a new one. And they have to live there for at least 5 years as the property owner, or they have to pay the program back, the funds.
One thing is, it's made a difference in Crockett. The houses you've seen, it's just changed lives. When you get kind of to the end of your life and you're in that situation, the money's just not there. But for somebody to come in and rebuild, it's really made a lot of difference in a lot of families here. As a matter of fact, they started asking after the last one went through, when is the next one's gonna come? So even though it's a little period in between it, it's just a blessing.
And when does this stop on the qualifications? I mean, is it already?
No, sir.
stopped?
No,
Okay,
sir. We
so-
have, this is the first step and this is applying. We just
Okay.
finished up the last round and now they're opening up the new round.
Okay,
So we're submitting this resolution
so
saying
we'll
that
get
we're.
it out to the public?
Yeah,
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
yes,
Okay,
sir.
all right.
We'll do, we actually have public hearings, workshops,
Okay,
where property owners can come, where people that think that they may be qualified, they can come in, learn about the program. We do one-on-ones with each individual and try to help them get qualified.
I
So
think
it's a
there's,
long, we ended up building 6 of them, 6 homes out of the last round.
okay.
I think the zoning, didn't they help a little bit? Was it one of the committees did some outreach with us too,
Yes, ma'am.
so
Okay.
that was a good thing.
I make a motion, we, select city administrator for our executive officer to, represent us
And approve the resolution.
and approve a resolution.
A second.
Okay, it's been moved in second, all in favor? John, you're it. Tag.
As you need more to do.
Tag with.
You need more to do.
Yeah, he's young, we haven't gotten all the life
Which is
out of
helping me a lot on this one, I'm not gonna lie.
Put it on Mitzi.
Oh, no, John is young. We have to work him many more years.
Like,
Yeah.
no,
That
I
like-
don't think not.
Item number 8, award a bid for administrative services related to the Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs, TDHCA, Home Investment Partnerships Program.
So in doing this, when we submit this application, we have to designate and award bids to a grant administrator, a writer and administrator to help us. And in sealed bids, we only received one response, and that was Trailer and Associates. And they've worked with us several times on previous home programs. So our recommendation is that we award the bid to Trailer and Associates.
I'll make the motion, we award the bid to Taylor and Associates.
Second.
It's been moved in second, all in favor? Motion carries. Okay, item number 9, consider and approve residential garbage route changes.
Mayor and council, we have, Piney Woods has come to us now that their transfer station is complete. That took a lot longer than they were initially expecting to when they came in and bid on the City of Crockett. It came with the package of building a transfer station and operating a home office out of Crockett. That did take quite a while with contractors and weather and COVID, and it drug out a lot longer than they were expecting. However, it is complete, it is in service. TCQ signed off on it, and they're operating out of it. The garbage trucks that you see traveling our residential routes right now, they've segmented the city up in 5 sections of the pie, so to speak, so 5 pieces of the pie. They go out once a day and address each of those routes. And then they have to, with a loaded truck, go to Angelina County landfill. There's one there and there's one in Jacksonville, so they go to the 2 closest landfills to empty that truck. So they're gone for a couple hours. So that basically limited them to what they could do within a day. Now that they have a transfer station here with an 18-wheeler compactor trailer parked at the transfer station, they can go dump their load and be back in service within minutes, so to speak, and be back doing more of the route. So what they're asking is, they with a local transfer station, they are confident they can address each of those in 3 days of the week. Now basically, Mondays, I have it here, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays will be the route days. Everybody will still be serviced once a week, but if your day fell on a Tuesday or a Thursday, depending on the section of the city, you will either move up to a Monday or back to a Wednesday, and so forth, Thursday or Friday, if your normal route was on a Tuesday or a Thursday. And so this is the route that they're proposing. They'll still address any of the contractual obligations, but be here local and address ours primarily. But then second to that, they're going to free up their trucks and drivers because they've signed on several more contracts since we've entered into contract with them. They're wanting to operate them out of the Crockett office. And so that gives them a couple more days to service other contracts with locally hired employees out of the Crockett office. And then bring them back the trucks here. The trucks, as council know, they entered into a lease agreement for an additional building. Now they're moving their mechanic shop here in Crockett. So they'll do most of their light servicing other than major overhauls and issues like that. They'll do that here locally also. So
they're growing with us.
yes, ma'am. And so
Okay. Like, I'm on Friday right now, so I might get changed to another day.
no, more than likely, if you
Yeah.
are already on a Monday or a Wednesday or a Friday, you will
You'll
stay
stay on
that day.
You'll
It's
stay
just
on
a
that day,
Tuesday.
and it won't
But,
change.
but the
So-
other ones that change is the
so
Tuesday
for
and
instance,
Thursday.
I mean, because it's,
So for instance, right here,
It's probably
this is Enchanted,
Thursday, Tuesday.
Enchanted Estates is right here off of Goliad. You are in the blue, you're
Yeah.
still in the Friday.
right, okay,
So nothing changes there.
okay.
It changes, instead of the city being divided into 5 portions, it's now divided into 3.
Okay. Well, I
So-
just don't want to get confused
Yeah.
because, I mean, if somebody puts their can out on Tuesday, it's been getting it done on Tuesday.
Right.
Yeah.
They're gonna be, Piney Woods is going to do mailers. They're paying for the cost of sending out, postal notices to all of our residences, our customers, and, newspaper, radio, whatever available advertising they can do, they will be publishing this.
And I'm sure that they'll work with the community. If you forget it, you call and say, look, had a mix up, because they've done it in the past when,
They'll do,
right up there. They usually come and
But-
check it.
Commercial's not gonna change?
commercial will not change, because many of those are 5 days a week.
They
you know,
come pick them
Yeah.
up.
So they'll have, the commercial does not change. The only other thing that they are asking is that they service our downtown residential canisters every day. Even if it's a residential, which is typically once, but the downtown area, because of the public access and on the sidewalks, they're emptying them daily already. So what they want to do is move that up to 5 o'clock in the morning. So put your garbage out
At-
either by 5 or late that last night, the night before. They'll pick it up and be done by 6 o'clock so they can start their residential routes a little bit earlier. Because they normally knock the square out before traffic starts
Yeah,
and
and
people start
that's-
parking.
I think it's really necessary to get that traffic done before traffic starts, because they can hold up, make you late for work. Not that I go to work today, but I walk early. But I think even the earlier would be better, like, because you put it out.
As long as they get it, these 3
Systematic.
zones, and people know they're coming. I mean, because I don't want to put my trash out. Okay, they say Friday and I put it out, they don't come get it.
It'd be an ugly thing.
And then they say, oh, okay, it's gonna be Monday, that's not gonna be good.
Well, they're doing, now that they have a local office, extra pickups, late. A lot of times people put their trash out late. They've been really good at just going out
They
and
really
just
have.
servicing them and not worrying about, well, we already went by and you just got it out too late. So they've been really good at working with that. They did guarantee us that they would do flyers, door hangers, mail outs, whatever they needed to help get the word out for our customers that are gonna be affected by the change.
So it's just really like a couple of us that's gonna do it. All right. Is it up? Was that a voting item? I missed it.
I make a motion to approve the residential garbage route change.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved in second. All in favor? Motion carries. Just get your day right. I hit it. Okay, is there anything else? If not, get a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion.
Motion to adjourn.
It is adjourned. was good. That's a lot of stuff too.
Yes, ma'am?
Quick and